Good morning. I love all the smiling faces. You guys excited about the program? Yes. Well, my name is Gladys Brown Dutrell. I am the president of the Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter here in Harrisburg of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We are just so happy and so excited to have all of you here for our 26th. Can you guys say 26? 26th annual African American Reading. We are an organization that has been in existence since 1908. How many years is that? Let's see of our math. Look, I see someone calculating in their head. Look. I'm about to say it. It's 116 years. 116 years that we have been in existence. It started on the campus of Howard University with a group of 16 women, 9 upperclassmen, 7 sophomores who were committed to scholarship, excellence, and cultivating those issues within young college-age women. 116 years later today, that continues, not only with the graduate chapters, but also the undergraduate chapters and all of that we do in the community. Our mission is about service to all mankind. Part of this African American reading is just that. We want to make sure that all kids are excited about reading and have access to books and things that they would love to be able to take home. And this is part of what our African American reading is for this year. Joining me today also is our partner in the program is the president of the AKA Foundation of Central Pennsylvania. I'm going to introduce her. She is Susan Sims Mars to say a few words, because yes, you are on the program.
Good morning. How do you feel? That sounds a little weak. How do you feel this morning? We are so delighted that you are out to join us for the 26th African American Reading right here in the greater Harrisburg, Steelton area. The AKA Foundation was established in 2011 by members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter. And so with this particular program, highlighting African Americans in the arts. When we say the arts, anyone have the name of someone who might be in the arts? Music or dance, photography? Any name? Beyonce, yes. Anyone else? Yes. Irene Carter. Simone Biles, yes. So the arts cover a wide range of things, a wide range of people. Fashion design. Did you ever think about that being part of the arts? Right? Absolutely. Photographer, is there any aspiring photographers here? No? Okay. As well as authors and illustrators, and we are so delighted to have several authors and illustrators here today with us. So we hope that you take advantage of all the opportunities that are presented for you today, and we thank you for coming. Gladys, turn it back to you.
So before we get started in our program, we want to take the opportunity to introduce some of our partners. You can see them on the back of your program. I will just go through the list quickly. They include Alpha Kappa Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the Zeta Theta Lambda Chapter. We thank them for helping us in the logistics and moving things around and into the room. Also, the American Literacy Corporation, Capital Region Literacy Council, the Dauphin County Library System, the Harrisburg Keystone Rotary Club, the Jephthah Chapter number 4, Deborah Grand Chapter, Order of Eastern Star, the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Pennsylvania American Water, Penn State Office of Multicultural Recruitment and Community Affairs, the Steelton-Highspire School District. We're so grateful for the opportunity to be able to use their facilities each year. Links Incorporated, the Harrisburg, PA chapter, and Union of Black Episcopalians. Bishop Baxter is also listed on here as well. So thank you for our partners. We have some special guests here. All of you, first of all, are special guests, so don't think that you're not. But we also know that we have some of our elected officials from the area that are here. We want to take the opportunity, first of all, to thank them because we know they have very busy schedules, but also to recognize them. If you want to talk to any of them before they leave, they have name tags on. Just remember that they have name tags on it. We did it for a purpose. So I'm going to go in order of, I'm trying to remember in my head. You know, I work for the Senate, so we got that structure thing going on in our head, right? So we're going to introduce our representatives first. And we have Representative Justin Fleming that is here with us, as well as Representative Dave Mattson. I will give you the opportunity if you want to come up and say a few words.
Well, good morning, everyone. And State Representative Dave Mattson. I have the privilege of representing the 104th Legislative District. We're currently in the 104th Legislative District. So it's a real pleasure to be here this morning, spending time with our youth, our community, and advocating for reading. I think that's really, really important. You know, coming up, I'm starting to get on the older side of the millennial part. And we didn't have all these technology, electronic, keyboards, you know, all of these things, these screen things that distract us. And while I think there's value in them, and certainly they're the future, I always get really encouraged just to see kids reading hard books and activating their imagination. So I remember shows like Reading Rainbow and how cool they were. And I'm just glad to see that we're bringing it back and doing things at a grassroots level to keep our kids reading books. So that just makes me super excited. But I really just want to thank the organizers today. This is not easy to do, to gather the books, the logistics, and giving up your free time to make something like this happen. So I just want to give a round of applause to all of the organizers, volunteers, everybody. Thank you so much. I call you folks the doers. You make Pennsylvania happen, and I'm so proud to be up here, you know, just celebrating all of your hard work. I do have a proclamation, but from Rep. Fleming and I. But instead of reading it at you, I think largely our comments are going to talk on what's reflected in the proclamation. So I'll let Representative Fleming give some remarks.
Thank you, Representative Mattson. Thank you very much for inviting us today, and as Representative Mattson said, to everybody who's here, the authors, the illustrators, thank you for being here and showing your work and showing your passion for reading. I think one of the things that we do is we are able to pass laws here in Harrisburg that apply statewide, and reading is a particular passion of mine. I enjoyed reading as a kid. I still enjoy reading today when I have the time. Those moments are few and far between in a job like this, but, you know, I read to my kids when they were growing up, and I also have a bill to enhance literacy for our youngest learners. So, the bill would apply to public school districts, and it would enable school districts to get curriculum and, more importantly, professional development for screening of children who may have difficulty reading, because the earlier we can catch a reading difficulty within a child, the better chance that we have for that to help them overcome that, for the faculty and the reading specialists to help them overcome that, and then they don't lose interest in school. And so it has a lot of positive effects. And I think if the bill were to pass, it will be transformative. So I'm really happy to have the opportunity to do that as a state legislator. Because, you know, reading is the building block of everything when we think about our academics and our education. If you can't read, you can't do word problems in math. If you can't read, you can't read about history and geography and things like that, and interesting places all over the world. So reading really is the basis for all of those other things that come behind it. So again, thank you so much for having us. Gladys, and it is just an honor and a pleasure to be here. And thank you to the folks who also came to support this event. It is our honor and our privilege to be here. So thank you very much.
Get a picture with you guys. With me.
Okay.
Aren't you lucky?
Okay. Oh, yeah. It'll sound
Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And I also wanted to mention Gladys is a constituent in the 105th Legislative District, so I'm right next door in Susquehanna, Lower Paxton, and Pembroke, so thank you.
We're over. I'm also from Middletown, so we're talking about the fact he's from Middletown. But all right, we're going to turn it over. We haven't forgotten our other two elected officials, but we're going to turn it over to our actual host.
Good morning, everyone. We are so glad that you're here. We know that you have heard that already, but we want to make sure that you hear our thanks and how excited we are to have you here. My name is Jenny Chavis. I am Vice President of Alpha Kappa Alpha Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter. So we will make sure that you feel welcomed and that we are so glad that you're here. There are two other special guests. We have Ms. Danielle Bowers, who's President of the Harrisburg City Council. And I see you have something in hand and you want to come and present. So if you want to come on down now. Thank you so much. In your beautiful skirt. Give it up for the skirt.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So excited to be here. It's no secret. This is one of my favorite events annually. I bring you greetings on behalf of Harrisburg City Council and my colleagues that serve alongside me. I believe you'll be hearing from another one, Councilwoman Shemaine Daniels, next. But I do have a proclamation that I'd like to share. I won't read it in its entirety, but I did want to share some of the historical points that are noted here. City of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Proclamation. Whereas the City of Harrisburg applauds Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter for their promotion of literacy, celebration of Black books, authors, and illustrators within the greater Harrisburg area for 26 years through the signature African American Read-In event. And whereas the National African American Read-In was established in 1990 by the Black Caucus of the National Council of Teachers of English with primary goals to encourage communities to read together, centering African American books and authors while making literacy a significant part of Black History Month. And whereas the 2024 theme for Black History Month is African Americans and the Arts, celebrating Black brilliance and resilience. Now, therefore, be it hereby resolved that on the 24th day of February 2024, on behalf of Harrisburg City Council, I, Danielle L. Bowers, recognize the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter for their community engagement through the African American Read-In. Harrisburg City Council recognizes the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter for their dedication to promoting literacy and celebrating Black books, authors, and illustrators, wishing the chapter a successful 26th African American Read-In. Signed and attested in the city of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Michael J. Parker, City Clerk, Danielle L. Bowers, Harrisburg City Council. Hope you enjoy the program and the event today.
Thank you so much. I also understand that Shemaine Daniels is present. She is running for the United States House of Representatives, correct? If you please come forward, we'd like to welcome you here. We're so glad that you're here with us. And she has someone with her.
City Council.
And
Yeah.
also City Councilwoman.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'll be brief. Thank you, Alpha Kappa Alpha, for hosting this event. This is really important for our communities, but I wanted to speak to you all because we're in a climate where we are politicizing reading, politicizing information. And for you young people, I want you to remember that reading is very important. It's very joyful. You know, I'm an immigrant myself. So when I experienced snow for the first time, it was through a book, not through touching, right? The first time I experienced fall was through a book, not through seeing or touching. So I want you to take advantage of today's event and look into and peer into a whole wide world and universe that's out there, that's open to you, that you may not be able to see and experience right now, but you can feel it, you can get the sensations, and you can open your worldview, because books are opportunities for us to understand ourselves better, understand where we live better, understand other people better, and understand other spaces better as well. So take today's opportunity to enjoy your reading, enjoy the books. There's one that has a lot of the countries of the world. You know, just enjoy the experience and don't let kind of the larger negative conversations around reading get in the way of you expanding your universe. Thank you.
So I know earlier that the list of our supporters was read to you, and if you have your copy of the program, they're listed there. But we would love for you to also engage with the individuals who are supporting this event. So I'm going to read the list again. If you are supporting, or if you're here as a representative of those organizations, if you could just give us a hand wave so that the people here, if they have questions or want to talk to you, that they know who to come and see. So if there are any members of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Zeta Theta Lambda chapter, if you give us a hand wave, we appreciate that. Any representative from the American Literacy Corporation? Mr. Floyd Stokes there, waving hands. Capital Region Literacy Council, over there, thank you. Dauphin County Library System, over there towards the wall. Harrisburg Keystone Rotary Club, oh, thank you, nice vigorous wave. The Jephthah Chapter number 4, Deborah Grand Chapter Order of Eastern Star Incorporated. Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. All right, double dip, I love it. Pennsylvania American Water. Yes, she's over there in the corner with the rubber duckies. You cannot miss her table. Let's see, Penn State Office of Multicultural Recruitment and Community Affairs. I know they were very busy this morning, so they may actually be out in the hallway. Steelton-Highspire School District, a representative from the school district. The Links Incorporated Harrisburg, Pennsylvania chapter. There we go. And Union of Black Episcopalians, Bishop Baxter chapter. Thank you so much. Great to have you here. So to the parents who have brought people out today, if you want to give us a wave of your hand. We are so grateful that you have brought your children here. And here's why. This will be very quick. So I have brought my children to this event when they were little ones, and they would roll their eyes, and they would say, "Mommy, I don't like to read." And so for years, I kept saying, well, reading is so important. And I kept pouring into them and expressing how important it is for them to read and how that will be the foundations of their success. And then one day, when they were in high school, they had a teacher and something clicked. And now they are voracious readers because there was a foundation laid. So we applaud you parents who are bringing your children to this event, whether they wanted to or not. You made a good choice. So thank you so much for doing so. And now we cannot, of course, we would be remiss if we didn't at least mention our students. So do we have any representatives here who are students in the Steelton-Highspire School District? Woohoo! Wonderful, thank you. How about the Harrisburg School District? Right here, very good. We'll welcome you. How about Susquehanna Township? No? Oh, we have at least one, excellent. Milton Hershey School. Whoop, whoop, very nice. Any other school district? Did I miss anyone? Central, Dauphin, yes. York, Carlisle, St. Stephen's. Well, you are welcome. We are so glad you are here. So we're going to continue on with our program by us standing, and we're going to sing the National Black Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm not going to be singing on the microphone, so please lift your voices as we sing.
Lift every voice and sing.
right. That was awesome. Thank you so much. So as you're taking your seats, just wanted to point out in the video that was students from historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs. The last conductor was from the Hampton University. Yeah. That was shot in Clark Hall on our illustrious, beautiful home by the sea. So if we have any other HBCU graduates or current students, we also want to welcome you and thank you for being present. Whoop, whoop. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Ms. Karen Love, who's going to introduce our authors and other participants.
Good morning, everyone. This is a labor of love that Epsilon Sigma Omega Chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority has been doing for 26 years. And I am so thrilled that you are here today to enjoy the fruits of the labor of the African American authors and illustrators who are here today for your enjoyment so that you can enjoy their books, and also the different organizations who have brought books out so that you'll see lots of pictures of books, authors, and illustrators, because our theme this year is African American in the arts, celebrating Black brilliance and resilience. And so as you take your time to learn from the workshops that you will be seeing this afternoon and enjoying these authors, I hope you will take something with you with someone else, because we want these stories to be out. We want these stories to be seen and heard far and wide. This is everybody's history. We're starting it as Black history, but it's really everybody's history, and we need to share this history and share the wonderful gifts that we have as talented Americans. So at this time, I would like to introduce our authors and illustrators who have come out today for your enjoyment. We have today with us Joelle Valbram Bailey and Cheryl Parkinson have written a book called Basic Table Manners for Children. If you could just wave your hand so they can see you. She will be conducting a workshop a little later, and we'll tell you about that. And then we have Layla Travels the World. This is Raquel Perry. And Layla travels the world and learns to learn her ABCs. It's a very colorful book. You'll see that soon. And then Super Hair Squad is here. No more Wi-Fi. This is Janelle Foster, and she'll be sharing her book in a room as well. I'll see you in Ijibu, I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. Where's Bunmi? There you are. Great, thank you. And we have My Elephant-Sized Dream. This is Shelley Lipscomb. She also will be sharing her book. We have Sherry Washington, who has I Am Not Different, Brother. And we have Inside Out, a spiritual guide for teens and preteens by Brenda Spencer. And we have My Glasses and Assorted Titles, 22 of them, I believe, by Floyd Stokes. If you want to wave and thank you. And we also have, as part of our financial workshop, we will have Shantae Webb, who will be conducting one of the sessions of the parent workshops. That will be after we have our guests' entertainment. We have with us some guest performers. And you want me to jump? It's up to you. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Okay.
All right, so we're going to have Ms. Joanne Baldwin with African Storytelling. So she's going to come up and gift us with her gifts.
Good morning, everyone. Let me do a shout out to St. Stephen's first. Woohoo, St. Stephen's. So I am going to do a South African story. Are you ready? Okay. It's called Anansi and the Turtle. Anansi is a spider. One particular day, Anansi the spider decided to prepare a scrumptious meal. He was going to fix some collard greens with some cabbage, some green beans with some potatoes, some yams, some fried corn. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Sop it up with some cornbread. And he had it laid before him. And he looked at that delicious meal. His mouth started watering. Just couldn't wait to sit down at the table and enjoy that delectable meal. As he was getting ready to sit down, bam, 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 knock on the door. Who in the world is knocking on my door when I'm getting ready to sit down and enjoy a delicious meal? Has that ever happened to anybody? Who in the world could be knocking on the door? Anansi the spider goes to the door, opens the door, and it's his friend, Turtle. Hi, Anansi. Hi, Turtle. What's up? Anansi, I have been walking and walking. I'm just so tired and I'm so hungry. Might I come in for a little bit? Well, Anansi is like, I really want to eat, but it's customary to have your friends come in. So Anansi said, sure, come on in. Well, Turtle comes in and he sees that delicious meal on the table. Now, Anansi really doesn't want to share it. He really doesn't. And Turtle keeps looking at it. And Anansi says, you know, your hands are dirty. You can't sit at the table, Anansi, with dirty hands. So why don't you go on down to the river and wash up, then come back. So that's what Turtle does. Now, while Turtle is gone, Anansi starts to gobble up the food. Now, you know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. Anansi starts to gobble up the food. Before too long, Turtle is back. Turtle looks, Anansi, what's up? You started eating the food? Why did you do that? You didn't wait for me? I didn't want it to get cold. I didn't want it to get cold, so I started to eat. Well, okay. Anansi looks at Turtle again and says, you know, you're still dirty. You're still dirty. You can't sit at the table like that. I'm going to need you to go back down to the river. Turtle does. He's obedient. Anansi decides to eat up everything. When Turtle returns, and he goes by way of the grassy area so he doesn't get dirty again, when he returns, everything has been eaten. Every morsel of food has been eaten. Turtle's cool, though. Turtle's cool. Anansi, in the future, you have an open invitation to have dinner with me. Oh, okay, sure. A few days pass, and Anansi sees Turtle by the riverbank. And Turtle invites Anansi to dinner. And Anansi says, oh, I would love to come. I would love to come. So they plan, set a date. Anansi's going to have dinner. Well, the turtle dives down into the river because he lived under the water. And he has this wonderful spread. And Anansi, the spider, he dives down, but comes back up. Oh, let me try this again. The spider dives down, but comes back up. Let me think. What can I do? I need to do some problem solving. Oh, I have on my nice coat. I'm going to put some stones and I'm going to put some rocks in the pocket, and that's going to weigh me down. And then I'm pretty sure it'll work. So he puts some stones and rocks in his pocket, and Anansi the spider dives down again, and he's successful. They're now sitting at the table, Anansi the spider and Turtle. Well, Turtle looks at Anansi and says, Anansi, it's bad table manners to sit with your coat on. So you're going to need to remove your coat so that you can enjoy this meal with me. Oh, sure. No problem. I don't want to be disrespectful. No problem. Anansi the spider takes his jacket off. Zap! He's back to the top. No dinner for Anansi the spider. What's the moral of this story? Don't mistreat people. Help one another. Spread kindness. It'll go out into the world. Anansi the spider and Turtle, you have been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was looking around the room. Everyone was engaged and paying attention. So thank you for listening to our wonderful African storyteller. And I know also taking the moral of the story with you all. So now we are going to have, under the direction of Miss Raquel Grant, dancers, the Maniacs and the Miniacs. If they would come forward now, we would love to see your performance.
How you doing? All right, get in your spots. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party, 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 party,
Come on. Come on. Get it. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Hey. Come on, kid. Get it. Come on. Got one more song. Come on, baby. Let's go. Tell them.
This ain't what you want. Project, this ain't what you
Go.
want. This ain't what you want. Sissy in the block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna rock. Body out of you. Shorty got that body out of you. Hit it once, no time. Set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. take them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. That's my heart. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Come on, man.
MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you project. This ain't what you want.
Let's
This
stop.
ain't what you want.
We got one more for y'all. We got one more for y'all. Come on.
Baby, from my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. From my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Cause this your milky for something not for me. Hold on for me, I no go to me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Gelato honey, oh baby, smile, baby, gonna. Waka waka when you enter Malika. Baby, gonna. Will you give me sugar? Wala.
Thank you. It's the Maniacs and the Maniacs. We want to thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Give them up for them one more time. I mean, they not only learn dance moves, but they're dancing in front of a room of people they don't know, and they exhibited such courage and confidence. I know had it been me, they were sitting there just calm, cool, and collected. I've been the whole time. So we want to applaud you and thank you for that. So we have Reverend Eric Jackson, who's going to come forward for the one last thing on our program today before we're all dismissed. If he can make his way up, that'll be awesome. So we're going to be dismissed to our reading rooms for both the parents, both for adults and also for the students who are present. So we know it's going to be super exciting. There's been some great programming that have been set for today. So we're going to introduce now Reverend Eric Jackson, storyteller, Theo's Dream regarding African-American inventors. Let's welcome him.
Ago. Your response is Amen. So I say Ago. Amen. Ago. Amen. Ago. Amen. Ashe. I am a griot. Griots were born and birthed in West Africa. They were storytellers. They told the stories of families, generations, genealogies, births, death, marriages. The griot, you see, the griot is a French term. Why French in West Africa? Because the French, the country of France, colonized that part of West Africa. Just like the djembe drum, which some of you will hear later. And so, I heard the word STEM. Do you know the word STEM? Yeah. S-T-E-M. Yeah. If you put an A in there, it will mean STEAM. So the S is for? The E is for? All right, and the A, what do you think that means? All right, and for the M. So if you were to look at the continent of Africa, you might say that STEM began in the motherland. Architecture, mathematics, continent. Did you know that Africa was a continent, not a country? I'm sure you know that. Did you know that Africa was a continent and not a country? Sometimes we have to put those things out there. And so, there's a story about a young man. His name is Theo. Well, it could be a young lady. Her name could be Thea. But Theo had a dream. He woke up one morning and he told his mother. It was a question. He said, Mom, what if there was no black people, or were? Zuckerberg agreement, right? Think. What if there were no black people in the world? That's right. And so his mother said, that's a good question. I tell you what, let me get some things together. We'll go on a trip. And I'll show you how if there were no black people in the world, many things that we use for ourselves in the home and outside the home perhaps would never have occurred. And so Theo was so happy, so he ran to his bedroom and he got his clothes on and he got his shoes. Came back and his mother said, look at that hair and your clothes are all wrinkled. Go get the iron. But when Theo reached for the iron, it was not there. Why? Because Sarah Boone, she invented, a black woman, the ironing board. And so he ran around and he continued to, Mom said, just do some chores. And so Theo's job was to sweep, and he swept and he swept and he swept. And when he got to a little place where he was going to pick up the trash, he looked around for a dustpan and it wasn't there. Why? Because Walter Salmons invented the dustpan. A black man. And so he continued to run around, and she said, put some shoes on, boy. But his shoes were not there because John Matt Zilliger invented the electric shoelacing machine. And so they continued. She said, now, let's hurry up and let's continue to do some chores. And so his father came home and he said, why are you guys sitting in the dark? He looked up and there was no light. Why? Because the light bulb, not the bulb, but the filament, that little piece that used to be wooden but is now metallic, was invented by Louis Latimer in the same laboratory as Thomas Edison. You've heard of Thomas Edison, yes? Have you heard of Louis Latimer? Yeah. Very good. And so there was a team working in that laboratory, but if it wasn't for the invention of this black man, Louis Latimer, perhaps we wouldn't have had lights as soon as we had them. And then they continued to shop around, and Mom wanted to get her hair done as well. She looked for the pressing comb and some other ointment for her hair. It was not there. Why? Because Madam C.J. Walker, by the way, the first African-American, the first black self-made millionaire, invented that straightening comb and many other things. And you know, when we talk about science and STEM, those first hair products were created using mayonnaise. You like mayonnaise on your sandwich? Well, try a little bit of mayonnaise and you put some lemon juice there. Yes, ladies? In fact, you can now go to the stores and buy mayonnaise and lemon juice made products. But we thank Madam C.J. Walker for those inventions. And so there are many inventions. The refrigerator was made by, or rather invented by, L. Sanders. Many of the things that we are wearing, many of the things that we are sitting on, that we use as appliances in our homes today, were invented by a black man or woman. Roll call. Air conditioning unit, Frederick M. Jones. Almanac, Benjamin Baxter. Automatic cutoff switch, Granville T. Woods. Automatic fishing device, G. Cook. Let's move over. Keychain, F.J. Loudon. Lawnmower, J.A. Byrne. Lawn sprinkler, J.W. Smith. Lock, W.A. Martin, Motor, Frederick M. Jones, Pencil Sharpeners, J.L. Love, Refrigerator, J. Standard, Riding Saddles, W.D. Davis. So you see, the stethoscope by E. Motor. I can go on and on. These inventions were created by those in the African diaspora. Perhaps some of your great-great-great-grandparents were inventors. In fact, I know they were because they had to use what they had to create. Did you know, and this is a sidebar, but we're talking about STEM because we're talking about food and food science, chicken wings. You all like chicken wings, don't you? But chicken wings weren't always the main part of the meal. They were thrown outside. And then there's chicken, and then there's chicharline. Now you can go for those that eat them. I don't. But they'll cost you an arm and a leg to purchase them. The African diaspora, black people, have always had ingenuity. Some call it mother wit. I know some of your parents were able to whip up some food from scratch. You young people know what scratch is? Well, see, my mother had 11 boys and 2 girls, so I know about scratch. Sweet bread cake. Yes, a big pot of rice and leftovers. And so, the next time you go in your home, in fact today, you look up at the light, where you go for the ironing board, where you go in the refrigerator, where you take out a brush, or you take out a comb, they were made, or rather invented, by people of African descent. Theo could be you, the next scientist, the next research biologist, the next one to have a cure for cancer. You're sitting right here in this place, in this sacred space, because your ancestors are listening. Ago, Amen. Ago, Amen. Ago, Amen. Ago, Amen. Ashe.
That was awesome. Let's give it up for Eric Jackson. Did you guys learn something new? I know I did. Who knew about the chicken wings and the shoes? That was awesome. That is awesome. There's a saying that necessity is the mother of invention. So all of us, whenever we see a need, we have the ability and the capacity to fill that need. That ingenuity is inside each and every one of us. So before we are dismissed, there is one more person who's going to present today, and it's Mr. Floyd Stokes. He is getting things presented. So right now, can we just give it up for Karen Love? This has been a labor of love, and we thank you for year after year pulling this together and just really blessing the community and making sure that reading is just an integral part of all of our experiences. So we want to thank you for all the work that you do. And I'm checking to see if Mr. Stokes is ready. All right, here we go.
All right, good morning, everyone. As Jenny mentioned, my name is Floyd Stokes. I'm the founder director of the American Literacy Corporation. We exist to promote reading to children. And in 2000, when I was organizing the American Literacy Corporation, and I had Super Reader, and I was going around to schools reading to kids, but I needed a song. I knew a lot of songwriters, and I asked like 5 people to write a song for me. Everybody was too busy. Everybody was too busy. I'm gonna get back to you. Meantime, I'm writing. And so I wrote a song called A Book, Pick It Up, Pick It Up. And so Livy, bring the book up, please. And I have my daughter with me. Olivia, come on up. And so one of the things I want to encourage us, one of the best decisions that I made was to read to my children every single night. Even to this day, Olivia is 10th grade, and we're reading a book about Bob Marley so we can go see the movie together. So we got to get through that book, Libby. We got to get through it. But it brought us so close. And even you all know my daughter Madison. She's in college in Chatham. And when she comes back, we still read together. So I would encourage us to start today if you're not already. And if you are, they're never too old to spend time together to read. And so I want everybody to stand up. We're going to sing this song, A Book, Pick It Up together. So I want everybody to put your hand, clap to the beat. You hear it? Pick it up, a book. Everybody, pick it up, a book. I can't hear you. Pick it up, a book. 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 Pick it up like an astronaut. Traveling through space, super reader is in this place. Price is high when your esteem is low. So pick up a book, there's places to go. The pyramids in Egypt, the arts in France, the volcanoes in Hawaii that will put you in a trance. Well, it's for the taking when you open a book, so pick it up right now and you might get hooked. The word is for the taking, there's plenty to see. From the valley low to the tree. The sky's the limit. And reading is the key, so pick up a book and read with me. A book, everybody, pick it up, a book. 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 Thank you. Give yourselves a hand, everybody.
Thank you. That was awesome. Oh, I'm going to be singing that for the rest of the day. Thank you so much. So now we're going to head out into our different workshops. I'm just going to give you a little bit of direction here. So for the parents, we do have a workshop for you. So in room 109, and you can go when we dismiss, you're able to go out the doorway there. Someone will direct you to the room. It is about personal finances, personal freedom, and don't leave money on the table. So Ms. Shantae Webb, she's making her way out there. I have personally taken her workshop. It has completely redefined my finances. So parents, if that is you want to make sure you get your coins in order, please go over to that room. It is really a game changer. Excellent information over there. Also, we have a former PUC chairman, Ms. Gladys Dutrell, and Ms. Tawana Dean are going to be presenting information about conserving on energy and how to save money on your utilities. You do not want to miss that really important information. For our teen sessions, we have you in different rooms. So preteens for music and STEAM, you're going to be in room 132. Mr. Eric Jackson will be presenting. For grades 1 through 4, room 130. That is I Am Not Different Brother and My Elephant-Sized Dream with Ms. Washington and Ms. Lipscomb, room 130. They'll be reading to you there. For our preteens and teens, room 137, the focus is going to be on dance with Ms. McLaughlin. And then room 135 for grades 2 through 5, Super Hair Squad No More Wi-Fi, Ms. Foster. Preschool to 2nd grade, that is room 133 with Layla Travels the World to learn her ABCs, and I'll see you in Ijibu. And then, of course, lastly but not leastly, room 131, preschool to 2nd grade, basic table manners for children, Ms. Volbrin Bailey. So again, parents, room 109 this way. For all of the students, we have you broken down by grades. Please head over, and then after we have our reading rooms, then there's an opportunity to browse the books that are available to everyone.